How's everybody doing? This always gets, fucked up every time I try to fix it. Okay. Okay. Well, I have a little gift for you guys. I went to one of my witchy poo stores because I told you that many my cards left me, and many of you were so wonderful and so generous. So the monies that you guys send me, I went out and bought a new Rider and Waite deck tarot. Okay? And, it was a little pricey, but you guys deserve it. And then I bought. Yes, I'm still alive. Yes. No, I don't. Yes. Then I bought the Egyptian. This is Nefertari. This is for me to do your past life readings. This is one, right? And this covers the 19th dynasty of Egypt. I was living in the 19th dynasty as a pharaoh. Okay? And some of you have too. Then I got this one, which is the Ptolemaic dynasty, which is the 26th dynasty, the reign of the Cleopatras and Ptolemy. Many of you have lived in this period, and many of you have lived in the period of Nefertari. So, and then of course, the Rider Waite deck. So, because you guys have been so generous and so giving, I use a lot of the funds that you send me to buy new tarot cards and give more accurate readings. Hey. Okay, what else do we have? Okay, so I did promise you to continue the past live reading. I was supposed to come back on the air yesterday, but I was just too a little tired. This pulls so much energy. But I needed to get these cards because they told me in a dream to give very specific information of the past lives. I need to have certain decks of the Egyptian tarot. So that's good. Of course, we have. Hold on. This is the deck of the one that I've been doing it so far with you guys. This is a deck of Cleopatra. That's another dynasty. It's also Ptolemaic because we have 7 Cleopatras in Egyptian history. The one that we'll remember is Cleopatra the Seventh. So and that's another dynasty. So we're using that one as well. So we got 3. Okay, and then we got the Isis Oracle, which is also Egyptian. Okay, so we have plenty now to really give you a good idea and also a simulation scenario of the past life that many of you led in Egypt. You also have Upper Egypt and Lower Egypt. This is Isis. This is the other deck. So it looks like my archons are quite serious about you getting this tarot reading. So okay. So let's see. So we got that. Okay, let me put this. Okay. I did try. Here, I have an idea. Because my stand broke. My stand broke. Okay. So here we have Isis, Oracle, the Tarot of Nefertari, which covers the 19th dynasty to the 26th dynasty. And we have the Egyptian Tarot that covers the kingdom of Hathor, right? The bull god. That's about 3,500 years ago. And of course, the Ptolemaic dynasty of the Cleopatras. Okay? So, and for those of you who may want to get another past life reading again, and you've had it before, you're welcome to. I really enjoyed it. They are real because these periods did exist. But it was another age, another epoch. My coffee. Now, who's going to be the first? Who's going to be the first? Hey, Nika. Yes, I've been trying to reach you. Gotta talk to you today. Got some information for you. Yes, good. Double N. I'm the one that sent the cash app. Double N. Yes. What was it for? Could you tell me? I love you for it. De La Luna, how much are the past life readings? They're free. The past life readings are free. Can I get a read, deal? Yeah, Mando 369. You'll be the first. Read me, please. Who's that one? Who's that one? Read me, please. Jordan 4. Alexander Rojas. Been trying to reach you for my natal chart. My number, I always give my number, 281-690-8825. It took me a little longer to do because there was some powerful aspects to your chart. So call me so that we can proceed today. In fact, I've actually scheduled to about 3 of you for today. Okay. De La Luna. Absolutely. So we are doing, which one did I say? We're going to do Mando 369. Then we're going to do Jordan 4. And De La Luna. Okay. I think they're a lot of fun. So let's go with Mando 369. Okay, who's a regular? Oh, yeah, I don't know why these things happen. I don't know. That's the devil. That's the devil. So we have to marshal through it. It sucks, I know. Okay. So we're gonna do one, then do another one to show the specifics of the life, and then the details. Okay, Mando 369. Remember that humanity in the past was a lot different and more simpler than it is now. The Divine Sisterhood. The Divine Sisterhood deals with psychic abilities. It came out in the reverse. So you have some gifts of a psychic ability nature from Egypt, which you did not use. in the past life or in this life. That's the main theme. They're telling me to use the tarot of Nefertari, where you live during that period. And we're going to have one card here to talk about the centralized theme of that life, and then go towards another deck to go into specific details. Okay. Oop, oop. Never fails. Never fails. Okay. So we have here you was a man quite dominant. This is you striking the man on the floor. You were some kind of military general, and your rule was quite ruthless, as the Egyptian way of life in those times was quite ruthless. So this is here. There was a lot of spiritual knowledge with the dodo bird on top, which today it's extinct, and there was a lot of severity here in this lifetime. People were killed, and there was no regard for human life, especially when we're dealing with the Egyptians. Okay, this is you here striking somebody for not conforming. Life was full of strict rules and regimentation. And this was a facade in order to mask and hide the sensitive spiritual nature that was naturally a part of you. This is a lot of feminine energy, but you was not comfortable as a man with feminine energy. So you chose the opposite, which is violence, aggression. Now, let's go into details about what exactly took place in that life. We're looking at 125, 126 BC. There was a lot of primitive, primal energy here. And we're going to link it to the current life. Nine of Wands in the reverse. There was always some kind of fear of being killed because of your own ruthlessness and severity. It was kill or be killed. That was the society. Eight of Pentacles. Hardworking, accumulated a lot of wealth, but no love or happiness. Working hard was not difficult. Here we have the Knight of Cups. You've always presented love or the opportunity for love, but you never got it back. And you worked pretty hard in that lifetime. With the Eight of Pentacles next to the Knight of Chalices, you tried very hard to establish a relationship, but it didn't work out. There was a lot of social and underdeveloped conditions. It's like you didn't know how to relate emotionally. to the opposite sex. There was a lot of denied emotional expressions here. You've embraced the full energy of the male. Here we have another 8 here. The 8 of Swords in the reverse. You were responsible for putting many people in prison and casting many people down. Coming out next to the 8 of Cups suggests that it took away from you any emotional, emphatic feeling that would allow a woman to get close to you. So basically, there was issues with relationships as a man in that life. And it's a possibility that this is still is carrying you over in this life, but there's a lack of emotional exposition because these faculties of your emotions are still quite underdeveloped. And this can be traced back to that aspect of life during that period. Again, the number 9. And we have the 9 of Swords in the reverse. There was no, it's like you didn't feel bad for killing and for laying the letter of the law. Right? But what you did not see in that lifetime as a man is the slow deterioration of the emotional body, which did not allow you to connect to an opposite sex. Here you died alone with no love, no children, and it's almost like it was more like a military career, and there were many militants in Egypt protecting the throne. Here we have the 3 of Wands in the reverse. So coming out next to the 9, right, in the reverse, 9 of Swords. It was a life that you was content with. There was nothing more that you expected or less. It was a very, very like perfunctory type of existence. There was no female intimacy. And what we look for in a past life reading is not so much the details of what took place then. I mean, it could be interesting, but it's not the point of past life readings. We want to look at patterns that repeat themselves lifetime to lifetime. Usually these patterns that repeat themselves have a lot to do with unresolved conflict, things that need to be brought to balance for one to continue to evolve as a human being throughout timeline. Okay, one more. Okay, here we are shifting to another life. You are a male again, and here we have the King of Wands. Okay, in the reverse, however. So the same themes have been repeated over many lifetimes, including in this current lifetime. You're here to strike a balance between your emotions and your logic and be demonstrative emotionally towards the opposite sex. Whether you're born a woman or a man in this life, the main key here to learn is how to connect emotionally in a balanced way with another human being. And I can see here that in going back to ancient Egypt, this has been an issue from way before. So this is what you need to work on. Mando 269. Thank you. Yeah. I hope you get that reading. Okay. Okay. Now who's next? Oh, look at that. They moved on by themselves. And they keep moving by themselves. Oh, this is crazy. I hope that's a good omen. I hope they like my energy. Because they keep moving. Okay. Who will be next? I did mention. No, it has a lot to do with what took place before. Uh, I did say Jordan 4. Jordan 4, you are next. Jordan. Jordan 4. Tapping into your energy. Wow. Okay. We got the brother in darkness. So, in a past life, and we're going back to the 9th dynasty of Egypt, which is further back, you were quite the ruthless soldier. Ruthless. You had no regard for human life. You killed and protected the kingdom. And we're talking in this instance of it's almost like the pre-rise of Egypt, going way back in time. The 9th dynasty is not much is known about the 9th dynasty. But we know that it was ruthless. It was before the separation of Upper and Lower Egypt. Right? So this is going back over 25,000 years. And here we see a primitive humanity. A primitive humanity. They want me to choose Nefertari. We had a Nefertari and we had a Nefertiti. One is from the 19th dynasty, and the other one is from the 26th dynasty, which is the Ptolemaic dynasty. He was a woman before. Seven of Cups. There was lots of indulgence in that life. Lots of indulgence. And it came out in the reverse, meaning that there were issues with drugs, even then. And I'm getting more like opium. Opium was the drug of choice in this time, right? The poppy seeds did exist at the time. That's where we get heroin from. But heroin wasn't cultivated then, even though the poppy seeds existed even then. Okay? So there was lots of recklessness and lots of debauchery. And this makes sense with the brothers in darkness, which is another form of debauchery. Okay. And now we're going to look at the specific details of that life during the 9th dynasty, which was a long time ago. They want me to use Cleopatra's. Oh, we got a flip. So it seems to me that the theme here, Jordan 4, is overindulgence. And the overindulgence has a lot to do with numbing feelings and emotions. So it seems like you were an executioner, and that's what a soldier is. Right? And killing was a way of life in many of these primitive cultures and societies. We bring these primal instincts with us in the current life. Here we have, look at that, the Five of Swords, winning at all costs, but it's in the reverse. Though there was lots of defeat. It's like here we see you in a war situation, like a soldier. You've lost a few battles and you won the field. You know, it's almost like the drug use at the time was quite functional and necessary to deal with the copes of having a career of everyday killing people. Here again, we have the nine. You get a lot of the nine of wands in the reverse. So you lived a life that was full of fear, violence, and if you read any of the textbooks on Egyptology, they'll tell you that it was a society where they had no regard for life. Remember, the Egyptians wanted to leave. They put a lot of focus on the death, to leave, not life. So they didn't have much regard for life, human life. See, this is the temperance, right? The angel. But it's in the reverse. There was no belief in any of that at the time, Jordan. You didn't believe in God. You didn't believe in a higher power. And in those days, it was about survival. Where you're going to get your next meal. And being connected to a monarch or an empire. Security you eating and being protected. But there was no love for the kingdom either. It was just a matter of survival. Almost like a little rebel in you. And look at that, it's crazy. The nine again. The nine of swords in the reverse. You had no worries. You made no apologies, and you liked who you were. So I really feel that this is a solar plexus issue. It's not an issue. In this life, you should have the same level of confidence as you did in this time period because it's very strong. Uh-huh. Eight of Pentacles, of Cups. Okay, so at some point, you walked away from your career, walked away from being this soldier in allegiance to the kingdom. It's almost like it was getting you weary. Again, another number 8. And this is the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles coming out with the Eight of Cups. So just a hard worker and a steady accumulation of resources. And this is true, Jordan 4, in this life. You're a hard worker and you accumulate money and resources, even though you may not talk about it or admit it openly. You were an emperor in this lifetime, and you are one again. And here we see also the King of Pentacles. So you are an emperor. You were an emperor. An emperor embodies all the kings in the deck. This is fascinating. This is Jordan. I hope you enjoy your reading. It's brief, I know. It's very brief. And it pulls a lot of energy. It really does. It pulls a lot of energy. I can do two right now because it just pulls too much energy. I need to do 25 for 25 for the person that paid a while ago, and I could not find her. So we're gonna do that. I'm not gonna come back in the air because every time I say I do, I don't fall out. So we'll do it tomorrow. It's about 6:30. I'll see if I take a nap and see if I can come back and continue the past life readings. I know I have to do Pluto in the 10th house. No, and let me explain why I have not been consistent with doing astrology. Because I have a copycat that's stealing my content and making money somewhere else. So I have to completely slow down or stop altogether doing the content of astrology until they grab these copycats and put them in jail. In the meantime, I can teach the same information in a different way. And that's what I've been doing. But I like to be more practical and linear in the birth chart analysis. So I'm going to continue that. And then I have to still deal with legalities of someone trying to steal my content, go open up a website, taking my old phone number for CashApp and for ZELLE. I have to stay on top of that. The police has to stay on top of that. So I've been dealing a lot with that. And then the inheritance in the house. And it's been a little, I get a little tired. A little tired. So I have to like take more naps. Because I have to prepare for the biggest court battle in my life. Protecting what's mine and fighting people who want to take it. All that is brewing and coming. And I want to make sure that I'm at my optimum when it comes to my health so I can be strong enough to battle this situation. And at the same time, I have my nourishment, my sustenance, which you guys are part of. Yes. Guys, love you. And I'll be back tomorrow for more. I think I'll do maybe 5 past life readings with the cards and anything else in between. Okay? And then I promise you that we'll have the astrology videos soon, maybe as soon as this Friday, because again, we have to make sure that the copycats don't take the content and do something with it. That's what's been happening. Okay, so we finally could then put an end to that. But now we have to rebuild and rebalance that. Okay? Guys, thank you so much. Alright.